As we all know that the two grown-up men decided to make a move for themselves by using Benny to revenge on Hanks about him getting a job in Hanks's company. And it's like Jonathan decided to take the plan into consideration, and this is when he faked the fake tears. He cried, pretending to cry, pretending to be in sadness, pretending to having so much over his head. And when Benny saw him, Benny was so sad about him, and he asked Dad, "Are you okay?" He said, "No, I'm fine. Do you really care?" And Ben is like, "Dad, I know you are not fine. I know I've not been good. I'm not so good on you according to what has been happening between us and in the family. But Dad, I still care about you. Tell me, what's the problem? Why are you crying? Why are your tears out?" And the dad is like, what else can a man who cannot take care of his wife be happy? Always, I cannot give you everything. Everything I promised you, I cannot provide. I cannot provide for your mother. Everything now, you see how your mother is the one who is suffering to make sure that we also have something to eat." And my daughter is like, "No, Dad, don't worry. My mother is not even bothered about your situation. The only thing she's bothered about is your nagging and your situation. All she needs is support." And then Jonathan is like, "My dear, I know your mother is not bothered, but I'm the man. I have to take care of my home. I have to be able to make everything possible to see that you, my family, you are happy." And Benny is like, "Please, Daddy, what do you want me to do now? What do you suggest?" And the dad is like, "Okay, can you tell your mother to secure a job, or to tell Hanks for me to give me a job in Hanks's company?" And Ben is like, "Dad, are you really sure? Are you really?" So it was like a surprise to this young lady, because the dad, she knows he has pride, ego, and does not accept the truth that he is having challenges in his life. So that's why Ben was surprised, and the dad is like, "No, I've put aside my ego and everything, the pride I have to provide for my son, for my family. Now let's check if something happened to your mother, nothing would be left for us. Please tell me your mother so that she can help me to secure a job in Hanks's family." Because Jonathan knows that whatever Ben will tell her mother will fall in it. But I just hope, Jonathan, you don't chew the hand that feeds you. You don't put salt in the wound. I just hope that you don't put salt in the ocean, because it might not dissolve, but rather backfire in your life. So after saying all this, Jonathan in his mind, he started saying, "Oh, I wish you fall for it. I wish you fall for it." But as they know, they say a clever child is always open, and is always likes to know if it's to extend her acquisitive, or asking herself, is it true that is changed? Can that work with Hanks? Although she also have doubt, but as you know, she is a daughter, a lovely daughter, who cannot even deny anything for her father, because it doesn't change anything. Still, Jonathan is her father, despite his nagging around. And Jonathan is like, "Yes, I have to work, and I'm ready to work with Hanks." But my question is, Jonathan, you want to work in Hanks's company. I do really believe that you need it. But are you going to work, or you are going to avenge? As they say, sometimes revenge is not good, because you might go there to revenge, and revenge becomes a problem to you. Yes. Jonathan, before you inflict anything, or before you plan anything, first think twice, because you might put a trap to trap someone. At the end of the day, it might trap you after you forgetting where you really put a trap. Sometimes we have to use our heads, not our mouth, to think twice. I just hope, Jonathan, you could think twice, because why do I say so? Let's say if Jonathan had put his pride aside and asked Jonathan and asked Hanks about the job, maybe we wouldn't have reached all here where we are now. But because she doesn't want to be fallen, doesn't want to be under someone, he thinks that he can make it in life. We all need each other. You see, even the hands, the left needs the right, the right needs the left, because they help each other to develop themselves. So as they said that you might, I said, Jonathan might set a trap for Hanks, but at the end of the day, the trap might attack him. Okay, guys, they say always say, a wise for a wise is always enough. One word for a wise is always enough for a wise to understand, or to understand. Here we find, why did I say this? As we see all that Mr. Ken knew about the plan of Debbie and Jonathan's fight plus Hanks, as well as she wanted to know who Hanks is in her life. Here Ken visits Kalala's restaurant. As we know all that Ken is a friend to Kalala's husband Jonathan, and I think he has good motives or good thoughts or good things over this married couple. So he was perturbed, he was disturbed as a friend. Why is everything is going astray? You may have so much question. If you truly have a true friend from someone, you will always ask yourself, why is it happen like this? Why doesn't it do like this? Now this is when Mr. Ken they are having a conversation together with Kalala. Mr. Ken asked Miss Kalala, how do you call Jonathan Hanks? Do you have anything with Hanks? And my dear Kalala said, I have nothing with Hanks. Hanks is just a friend. But then he's like, what about Hanks? What does he feel over you? And this lady is like, my dear, if Hanks has anything within me, that's his own problem. But me, he is just my friend. And then this man asked, how about Debbie? How long have you stayed with Debbie? And how far do you trust Debbie? And Kalala is like, Mr. Ken, do you have something to tell me? Do you have something to elaborate more? And Mr. Ken is like, please, I don't have anything, but what I'll do, I'll tell you that very, very careful with your friend. Sometimes one word for a wise is always enough for a wise for him to understand. My dear Kalala, if your daughter attacked Debbie, and this is the same issue, lining in the same issue, and Mr. Ken is also coming here telling you about Debbie, you should give up. You should make a follow up. You should know that the person who is your enemy is your friend. The person you call that you have stayed with that person as a friend for a long time. Most of our friends, we stay with them, but they are jealous over what we are having, and yet for them they are not having them. Yeah, trust me. Because as we know that Kalala is a good woman, a woman who is determined to change her man's life. But this Debbie is doing so much to see that they separate. So Mr. Ken, if Mr. Ken came and told you about your friend, there is no smoke without fire, they always say. They have to be smoke, they have to be fire, or they would have been fire in that place before the smoke came out. So in my opinion, it's a high time Kalala gets to know and to understand that the person who is the enemy of her family is her friend. It doesn't matter how long you have stayed with your friend. Most friends are wicked, especially when they see you progressing more than them. You have to be very keen and very careful about it. So guys, we are at the movie called the serie. Oh, sorry, it's a series called the Most Scary Marriage, and we are at season 13. If you can go to Mr ALOY channel so that you can watch the full series episode. It's kind of interesting and educating. If you have ever missed any series, you have issues in your marriage, you have issues at your workplace, watch this series. You can understand how life can be challenging between you. I send greetings to you all, people from Canada, people from Jamaica, people from USA, Ghana, Tanzania, Kenya, Uganda, West African countries, East African countries, Central African countries, all East African country, people from America, people from North Netherlands, people from Norway. I do really appreciate you all. Thanks for joining this family, and to my turning subscriber, thanks for always turning back and watch my movies or my series, my videos. I do really appreciate you, and I don't take this for granted. As we all know that Jonathan blackmailed this young girl, Benny. So when her mother came, as they are having a conversation, her mother is asking her, why Benny did not come? You had to come and help me. And Benny is like, my mom, I came back very late and I came back tired and I couldn't come back to eat. But please, to help you. So it wasn't making sense if I came and I just be useless. But mama, why something I want to tell? And the mother is like, okay, tell me. You are free to tell me anything. And she's like, Mama, I need you to help father secure a job in Hax's company. And the mother is like, what? So your father blackmailed you. He told you to tell me because he knows that I cannot deny you anything. And she's like, Ben is like, Mama, maybe he has changed. He has passed through a lot. Yes, people can change. We agree that. But do you think that Jonathan can change? I just hope Jonathan does not succeed in his plan, because so many people are going to be hurt, especially how is family. So sometimes, as I said, you might put a trap for someone and it end up catching you. So better be careful with this life. And the mother's like, no, I cannot help Jonathan to get a job in Hanks. You know them, they are cats and dog. What if they are working in the same company? What will happen, my dear? I can give you anything, but I cannot accept what you have just said. It's kind of hurting to a child, but let's be truth that sometimes a mother has to speak the truth when you don't know your father. So as Mr. Jonathan is resting, is sleeping, as it's a night time. Here comes Madame Kalala from work. Remember, she had just discussed something very, very important to her kid. And she's like, my dear, are you the one who told Benny to tell me to secure a job from Hanks's company? Really? And the man is like, yes, I'm the one. Kalala, everything is like diminishing, is going all over because I don't have a job now. I have to take care of you. But now I'm really down. Please help me to secure a job in Hanks's company. Before Kalala, as you know, we are all women, and women are the weak vessel. Just imagine the crocodile tears of this husband of Kalala has led to Kalala to make a big decision. Because Kalala asked him, why didn't you tell me about your job, that you lost a job? I did not want to tell you, and I did not want to put you in fear. Yes, we can understand. It's not good to put your wife in fear, because a man is a strong vessel which can handle every single problem. But there are problems which you cannot handle by yourself. So this is when Kalala said, are you really serious? Are you really down? You put down your ego and your pride so that we can help each other. And he's like, please help me, I'm down. Tears coming out. And Kalala is like, okay, if you want to, if you are really serious about it, we will see what to do. We understand, Kalala, you have so many chances of securing a job in Hanks's company for your husband. But to me, I don't think it's the right thing for Jonathan to go in Hanks's company or in Hanks's company factory, because these two, they are going to be fighting every day. Another thing, that Kalala, you would have stayed or have stood on your truth. Yes, no need for Jonathan to work with Hanks. You cannot bring near the butter, cheese or the butter near the what? Near the fire, which means it will melt or it will be destroyed. So guys, as for me, I don't accept Kalala to take Jonathan in Hanks's company. People can fake cry, tears. People can do anything. If he wants to do anything, he should try to have a loan so that he can change everything in his life. So guys, I do really appreciate you. Really, we are at the series of most scary marriage. Go and watch the movie at Mr. ALOY and subscribe to my channel. God bless you.